Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss final segment of the king and pawn ending, which is called the burger's rule of the square. King and pawn endings, the king usually guide the passed pawn to victory, but sometimes both kings are away from the passed pawn, and we have to calculate if the pawn would reach the queen in square without the aid of the king. And Berger actually came up with this rule, uh, which would help you to calculate very quickly if the pawn would queen or not. So without further ado, let's get started. But before that, if you like this video, please do subscribe it and share it with your friends. Like this video and also click on the bell icon so that you get notified of such future educational videos about chess. So let's get started. So look at this position on the board. We have a passed pawn here, and it is marching towards the queen in square, and both the kings are away from the board, from the pawn. Both these kings are away from the pawn. So how would you calculate if you're in time pressure that this pawn would queen or not? So what you have to do is the simple formula is like this. G4, king here, G5, king C5, G6, king D6, G7, king G7, and black is just in time to promote into a queen. And white is just in time to promote to a new queen. So without calculation, let's see how it can be quickly calculated. So draw a straight line from the passed pawn, the queening square, that is G4, G5, G6, G7, and G8. So 5 squares. And then draw a similar line to the left, like this. So again 5 squares, and again 5 squares up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 squares here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And the rule is that if the king is outside the square, then he won't be able to catch it. If the king is inside the square, then he will catch it. So if it is black's move, then black will be able to catch this pawn before it queens, and if it is white to move, then black won't be able to catch the pawn. For example, king to this black to move, king here, then king here. Before just calculation, I'm not going to play it. King C5, because it's very important to for you to imagine these moves on your head. Because you won't get the luxury of this move in a real game. G5, king D6, G6, G7, D7, and king to F7. He will be able to catch. So there's an exception to this rule. Exception in the sense that if the pawn is on the initial square, so there'll be 2 moves to be made in the initial position. So we have to calculate from this square onwards. So like this, here, here, and here. This is the burger square, because we are calculating that white would move 2 squares in the first move. So this is a burger square, and since the black king is outside this square, he won't be able to catch this pawn. Let's see. E4, G7, E5, king F7, B6, king to E7, B7, king D7, and it. This is a very interesting concept, and hope you understood this. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.